comrades, and welcome back to Neuve Revergrad, the new, one day, the heart of Reverstan. And again, for now, just a single lane road that's not even being worked on. So I think what I'd like to do is I did pause time for two different reasons. I want to take care of two things, but I want to do a bit of I want to call it a distribution episode, but it'll be planning. And I know some people don't like the pausing. I'm going to tend to pause a fair amount in this video, but I also would like to unpause it. But first, I want to take care of something that happened at the end. For those of you who guessed what was wrong over here, congratulations. There's no power. Oops, I clicked on the locomotive. There's no power. So I did figure that out actually before the last episode went up, but I thought I would share that with you. And that means we need to get over here and put in some power. So unfortunately, I have, substations all over the place, but never managed. There's one up there, there's one right here, and then there's one over here. And yeah, I managed to not actually get power to this. So, I'm thinking just not to have too much redundancy. I mean, I guess I'd like it up over here just in case I ever built anything else up there. I don't know. I guess we could, well, now, see, this one's strategically there to do the city. I mean, this one could get moved, but it's doing oil rig, and it might even be able to do a couple more oil rigs. And then, this one could get moved if we're worried about moving them. We don't get any resources back when we delete things, I don't think. And, so I don't see there being a real reason to do that. But we will have to get a construction crew up here. But we got roads up to this point. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to plop it, where it would definitely cover everything else. How's that sound? And just up this way, not too close to this one. Probably like just right up here, if you can see where I pointed. All right, so let's take a look at this and say, how close are we to actually cover? Not that close. It would have to, well, we are. Look, right there. If it was, I guess that's why I wasn't even thinking of power initially. Like if we were just, it's a little hard to see, but you can see that bottom yellow arrow going over to the right is attached to it. Look, if we were just right, look right there. If we were 10 meters over, we would be covering it. Which, do we want to just do that? Like, yeah, I think I do. Why don't we just put one in? Let's make sure it's, double sure it's, yeah, I mean, there's just no doubt if I put it right there, it's going to cover it. So it'll block me putting a pipe out there, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Can't build. Now, is there something else that I'm not covering over this? No, we're getting that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it might mean, covering one less oil derrick, but not by much, right? There we go. And then once that gets built by, oh, look, we took our construction crew away from here. Oh, we put them all the way down here. Did we ever assign these people? No, let's take care of that. Well, you know what? I want to put this up here. We'll get time started again, but there's one more thing I want to do with time pause. And that I wasn't even too worried about the time pause thing. But we do need to get that fixed ASAP. Something that's been annoying me is that this train here is leaving this light flashing constantly. Like, this one doesn't because it's shorter. But there's really absolutely no reason we need 4 wood cars on here. So what I would like to do is send him back to the depot. I don't think there's any way to get rid of just one car unless we send, it's not like I can pick the cars here, right? So we'll send him back to the depot. He's only got 10 tons of wood on him anyway, so I'm not worried if we ruin his wood, so to speak. So there we go. So that's the main reason it was paused, is I didn't want him to run out of wood and wanted to be able to talk about that other electrical issue first, since, it was one of those things, like I came back later in the day because it was bothering me, And here, let's start playing time, and then we'll do other things. But it was bothering me, and I figured it out within like 10 seconds. Not 10 seconds, within a minute or two. It was fixed. So, in any event, that's what happens sometimes when you're thinking about ending an episode. You got too much on your mind, and yeah. All right, so let's go around and make sure everybody's working. And so I'm going to try to keep the game not paused. So I'm going to do what I normally do, right? Which I guess the first thing we really should do, and that's to keep all of these things open in the upper right so we can bounce back to them. So I can come here and go like that, right? And then know, and even if I don't zip over there, I can say, okay, he doesn't have anything assigned without having to bop around the map too much. So what we want to do is, even though it's, a bit painful, let's assign him to do this. And then once he gets done, we'll destroy this one, and then we'll just attach the wire up to that one. All right, good. So that should fix that problem. Now, see, here's what we can do. We come back over to here. Now this one, what I want to do over here, I was just looking there to see if I have a bulldozer. The main thing I want to do is what I said in the last episode. No, why do we never have bulldozers? Then we always seem to have too many. Yeah. Do we have a bulldozer sitting in? Oops. No, we wouldn't have one over there. No bulldozer in this depot. Oh, but you know what we do have? We do have this back. So I brought over, I'm not sure if I showed that in the episode, but here, let me zoom in. I couldn't move the crane because I sent the flatbed. So this is an extra flatbed, open haul. I don't know if you guys call them that in Europe, but flatbed is, we wouldn't say open haul. We would usually say flatbed trailer. There you go. So we have 2 spaces, which is what I wanted to check on. Oh, no, we don't, because the paver, the paver just got up there. So what don't we want in here? We got 2 buses, 2 mixers, covered dumper, roller. Yeah, what do we want this guy to be? Construction? I don't think it matters. As a matter of fact, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to assign him next. We really need to do a few design episodes, and I'm going to get him... In the back of my mind, the reason for moving him up here is because I want to start building some houses and maybe even like the steel mills eventually, but I definitely want to get some houses going over here in Revergrad, Nueve Revergrad. And yeah, that's what I want to do. So if we're going to build houses, I don't think he's going to be much of a paving crew. Let's take his roller out of here for now. And send him, where the heck is it? No, that's construction. Yeah, we're going to send him with the little, we got a whole bunch of rollers and pavers here for whatever reason. There we go. And then that way I can go to this open haul. Let's say that. By the way, I would understand the term open haul, like that. It's not like the English words don't make sense. We would just call it flatbed. And a lot of times, like, we don't call it covered trailer. We would say, well, that's really just a regular box trailer is what we call them. But anyway. All right, so now we have Ferris Construction is working on that. And Przink North was working over here, right? Oops. I always think that's further away than it really is. Look, yep, and that's why they're not doing anything, is because they got that done. And it doesn't look like anybody... Oh, no, they're paving crew, aren't they? Yeah, no, they're paving. They're not construction. Which is good, because we need to get some of these roads paved. So I want to give them 3 roads to pave, just to keep them busy. And then we have these guys... And Food Factory, yeah, they're going to be more of a regular construction, and they can't, yeah, no, you know what? Przink North is going to get 4 roads to pave, even know that won't be terribly efficient. At least we won't have to come back to them. That's one of the things. Now these guys aren't going to be very efficient in getting that done, but at least they can. And then coming in from the other side, it looks like we're still working on this bridge, but we can do this little trick and zap ourselves over there. So we have electrical town over here. These guys really aren't doing anything at this point. Tupafaloo and Hegiodal. All right, so let's move that one up so we can see it. Yep, so Hegiodal is a decent, like, paving, like they don't have everything you would need, but they're a decent just construction crew. So we're going to bring them over to try to work on some more of the regular roads if we can, and of course we can. Yeah, we need to get this bridge done, so yeah, we'll do that. And then the Tupafaloo can work on buildings, and they're working on this, so that's fine for the moment. And Electrical Town, yeah, unfinished road, they're working on this. So there we go. So we'll leave all these kind of hopefully tucked up out in the corner, not bothering anybody too much. And I think that's all of our construction crews, right? Yes, all the ones. Oh, no. We have one more. And these guys, I want to get them working for sure. So what we can do now is just pop each one of those open, which was one of my requests. Not that I think they necessarily listened to me in that request, but I'm not going to build that road. So they'll just build this one, and then we can get them. That's a bit of a mess there. And then we can get them building two, and then we can get them finally building this. And we'll need to get some power over here sooner rather than later. But we can talk about that in the episode that we do this. But what I really want to work on, and I did this in between the episodes when time was paused, is I flattened out this area somewhat. It's still a little bit hilly over here, but I was thinking about it. Like I said, this is just, it's causing problems for a number of reasons. And one of which is, like, this guy has no business being in there, but he's just decided that that's the better way to go for some bizarre reason. So I want to get rid of all of this. It's just complete overkill. We don't need that much of that stuff. And if we put, those kind of supplies, like, we're not going to be building massive amounts over here anyway, but I don't mind having a few construction supplies. So I would like to build like a quad of small ones that are connected by a rail cargo station, right? So we'll have 2 rail cargo stations over here. One going to 4 different warehouses and one going to 4 of these yards. I don't like to combine the yards with the materials, but it probably even could if we're using the rail cargo station. I bet you it would be at least marginally smarter about it. So we might not even need the 4 of them, right? Maybe we just, yeah. Well, let's see how it goes. Maybe we'll go with 1. Let's start with 1, and let me tell you what my thoughts are. I was thinking about which way trains are going to be going. We're going to have a lot of traffic with trains, or a relatively lot, a fair amount of traffic coming from the corn here, and I don't want them to get interfered with because they're going to have to bring food up to there, right? And then we'll have trains coming back. So if there's ever any trains coming this way, I don't even want them, like, we're going to get rid of this crossing eventually, right? So that any trains coming back and forth are going to just have a bridge or something one way or the other. Either this will go over or that will go under. And I think that now that nobody's using this track is a good time to get this one just sort of immediately upgraded. If you look, these guys fortunately made it all the way around, and I don't want to say they're done, but they're almost done, right? They've made it. I mean, one of them's really almost done. 2 more little tiny sections. So hopefully we'll get that worked on. Oh, one more thing, just because I can. We are really getting close with these being finished, so that's great too, finally. So, having said all of that, we want to come in here, and I want to put in a set of tracks that these guys would come in and out on. Now, these guys are going to be very limited, and you know what? That train's probably back in the depot by now. Yeah, can I just take that? No, I can't. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to cause problems, but I don't necessarily. I'm just curious. Can I just keep that car? Because we could, as we set up more trains, we're going to use the things that those trains can haul, right? So we do have gather wood, and I would just say, could you go back about your merry way, right? Now you have one less car. Good. So that worked out, I hope, pretty well. Oh, and you know what? Let's see. Are we done this? Because we're going to start having a fuel crisis if we don't get this straightened out. Now, I did get a comment from Daredevil, and he said that you have to put pumps here. And he's right if you want this to pump out completely. But at the same time, like, these tanks will keep filling up fine. So you don't have to have tanks, like, you end up with like this situation here where you're not being as effective as if you had tanks. I usually just let them do their normal leveling thing, if that makes sense. Like, they just, they'll keep filling this up. It just gets a little bit slower as they get fuller and whatever. So in other words, now one of the bigger problems I have is that a lot of our fuel is coming over to this tank. And while we'll definitely use that one day, it's sort of like, I'd kind of like a way to be able to turn this tank off if we could, because, I don't want to click, well, can we do that? Or will that stop the fuel from coming in here? Well, it certainly seems to only be going in the other one, huh? Okay. Well, I can accept that for the moment, right? I don't want bitumen to end up in there, but as long as we don't take, it should just stay fuel, right? Like, just because there's already fuel in there, and then we'll keep, store this item on this one. And how are we doing over on our electrical? Yeah, construction is hot, missing resources. This is being done by here. Let's make sure. Oh, asphalt's not assigned. Yeah, you dummy. All right, well, I don't want to assign them down there. And by the way, we're not in a fuel crisis because, the tank is not full of bitumen yet, so we're still making fuel. All right, so let's say you are going to come here, the most popular spot on the map to get workers. And we'll just assign this guy real quick to all of these. And steel and such. That's not steel. There we go. Good. So now he doesn't have any error messages. And see, what I like about this little method is this. So, like, when we're over there, it does save a lot of time now that we can shrink those menus. And it also doesn't hurt that all this is shrunk up, so as you get them longer. So Hegiodal, that's right, they can't do anything until this guy gets done his bridge. But it looks like he's done, maybe he's starting to asphalt it, so we're in good shape there. And let's just make sure this guy isn't having retard problems. Nope, he's in good shape. And how about this guy? Let's make sure he's still assigned. Yeah, no error messages. Looks like they're in good shape. And let's just find out our percentage on the last one of these. 97, 98%. Yep, very good. Okay, so let's get back to designing. Yeah, so when not being paused, what's going to happen is, and you guys can vote, like, give me a comment either way, is I'm going to have to go and stop the design that we're doing because I'm going to keep getting paranoid about keeping these guys busy, right? So what I would like to do is probably actually start down this end, and I'm going to plan to get started on 2 more bridges over here. All right, and I don't want to actually interfere with what's going on, but the reason for that is there's a fair amount of train traffic that's using this stretch right now, and I want to make these electrified tracks, so I don't necessarily want to tie them in together. Not when I have this construction office right here that can come in and build a good percentage of this, without any issues. So let's go over to the rail, and I'm gonna have to get used to clicking electrified track from this point forward. So what I want to do is bring this guy at least like to here. Oh, there you go. All right, and then there is the possibility that one day I'd want to do like another set of rail. So I'm going to kind of just, set up the space for that. I don't know if it would, how well this will go, but, what I probably need to do is keep it. You need a free excavator. Okay. Why don't I have a free excavator? I just did a whole boatload of leveling. Is it because I just assigned these guys to go work on something, unfortunately? Yeah, another problem with trying to do these things. So we'll have to come back to that. Yeah, how far along are you guys? Yeah, you know what, you're doing all those roads. You're not going to have an excavator for us for a while. So, well, you get the idea. So, without being able to do this, it's not the end of the world. What we'll do is we'll end up having something like this, right? Where this, you're like, if you've done something bad and you're not going to the gulag for it, I'm going to put you near in this house, because then you're going to have a train that's going to like run right by your bedroom window over here, right? Like 3 o'clock in the morning, the train goes by like, blowing the whistle. So what I'd also like to do is get over or under these tracks, or do we just want a crossing? I mean, to be honest, these guys are rarely ever moving that much. It's not like we got a lot of train traffic in and out of there, but we will have more. So let's say, one of the things, we don't really need this road for the minute, so I'm just going to use the demolish tool. Carefully get rid of, a fair chunk of that. We can always run the road. Like, no trucks ever go up that road anyway, which is why that flashing red light was nothing but an annoyance when you get down to it. Plus, we're going to want to make a better road anyway, I think, in order to get into our new distribution. So I think what I'll do is, if I reattach this, it'll probably be to an official asphalt road. So, it doesn't make any sense to come over this one, but I think we can get over this one right here, right? So if we come like here, say, are you going to let me? Oh yeah, you will let me. Okay, no, okay. Yeah, let's do something like that, and then can I? Right, so we'll have. Now, I'm assuming these will be electrified, right? I never really built. Yeah, so how far can we? Yeah, we could turn that guy pretty good. Yeah, not past there. So let's just see. Let's just see what it looks like from some different angles if we go like that. Now can we, when I look back from here, yeah, now that'll be, I can almost, yeah, that'll be good if we can make that happen. Let me just see, can we go from the other one and make that happen? No, you're giving me a, no, stop. No, you don't like being. Okay, that's a little bit strange, but I can live with it. Now, like I said, we're going to distribute to Chemsol, so I don't know, are they going to really go back out onto the road, or do we build another road like on this side for them to go over to Chemsol? Like, there's no reason we couldn't like take this road straight. But what I want to do in any event is, let's go with like one more bridge section. Yeah, like a nice long bridge section. How about a little bit shorter? Well, you know what? I want to do this. Are these the same? Yeah, they are the same. Okay. I was just wondering. All right, I think it's more important I line it up where I want it this way. Which I kind of picture
you know, like this. And I'm going to pull that back till it's one more section. Nope, stop that. All right, so now if we want to get a road in or across somehow, we can, you know, we can get rid of this and then maybe bring it this way. I don't know. I don't necessarily see this being a high traffic road, but now let's bring our railroad tracks back down. And let's do, you know what, I want to do, yeah, because, well, none of it's going to be aligned with the thing, but I'm picturing that this set of tracks goes, here, you know what, let's put that in first. Like kind of parallel to these, but closer. So, you know, now that we got over this right there, let's see, if we turn this guy to go back over this way, like just putting a track to give us an idea, again, with maybe one more set of tracks in there, right? Does that make sense? Even though at this point, I think we're going to use the inside track, so to speak. All right, so what I want to do is kind of point. That's not a bridge. Oh, that's right. It's weird that you have to point at the. Yeah, so see, I would tend to want to point that this way. Oh, did I do the down thing? Yeah. So now you are just going to be the partner. Hill calls him what? Okay. All right, so now let's go back to our electrified track. Yeah, is that all? I think that's all electrified track. And then this guy, oops, I missed. All right. Let's go from here. Well, that was a really bad. That was one of my worst all-time baddies. All right, so I want to come out straight a little bit so that it might make it a little bit easier. And you know what I want to do? No, don't attach it. No, I need to get all of them in there, right? Even if we don't build them all. And this one wouldn't go straight, but that's okay. We can still get them out there because I think it'll make for a better meeting. All right, so we'll go like in other words, I think that makes it look a little bit better when you like that, and then we'll come in here. Right, how's that look? So now the other question is, who's ever going to use this? I don't know. But at this point, what I'd also, that's the delete tool, like to do is get this guy. Yeah, hopefully that's good for this one too. Nope, stop that. Good. All right, so that gives us an idea. The reason I started here is because I'd like to leave room up this way to get out as well, right? So if you picture, we need to get a track over this way. And now we have an idea of how we're going to get into our distribution area. So, and we, in a pinch, we could, you know, deal with this, right? So, yeah. Let's look at, you know, we don't have a regular storage here. Sorry, get my thoughts straight. In a pinch, what I was going to say is we could put another track down the middle here, right? Like, none of this has to be there. Even the construction office could get moved pretty easily. So I don't have a problem with necessarily putting this guy too close. Now, I definitely want this one to have the road coming out that way, and we'll need a road at least for construction. So I'd like to leave enough room to get a road. Now, if we hit Control, we can turn this guy slightly. I just want to make them look nice. Oh, by the way, it looks like they put the R in there. Yeah, so here we go. Let's, you know what? Yeah, this doesn't, I don't know. Do we want to make this like a one-way situation? No, probably not. Why? Okay, look, there we go. You know what? It's good. If we go to here, we'll just be picking up power. Though I have a feeling that won't matter because the other ones won't pick up power. All right, let's just start with that. That'll get us at least something going. All right, and then this, yeah, we're gonna put, yeah, we can keep it kind of close. All right, and then this, we'll go back for 4 more of these, and we're gonna have to, yeah, we can put this guy this way so the road can go out, and then that stupid thing's going to be, yeah, it's going to be hard to, you know what, I could spin around this way and see. Let's try to make these, yeah, they look like they're straight with each other. I don't know if that's enough room to get the road through there, but we'll find out in a second. And then we're going to, without messing with too much, that's the road, so let's spin this guy a bit. Definitely doesn't look like it's in line anymore. All right, and then this guy would go, can't see again because of that sign. All right, so now let's just make sure I can get regular roads in through there. Or dirt. Well, you know what? No, we want asphalt roads, don't we? Not to here, but you know, eventually I want an asphalt road that comes past these two. Good. That will attach, and that will attach. And then, can we get a little dirt road off of this node here? Will it let me? Yeah. I don't know if I can. You know, I might be able to do something real fancy. There you go. And then if I'm careful enough, we can maybe, yeah, so that's, so at least for construction purposes, we can get up there. I don't think there's any reason you'd ever want to go there for, I mean, you can't, well, I guess you could sit there and wait to unload trucks, but it's not the plan. All right, so now let's get these guys attached. And then after we do that, let us do a little construction check. So you guys are not working on that electrical substation. Why? I really want you, let's go over to it. I don't see any messages there. No workers or mechanism. So what is your bus doing? Is it just too far for you to get workers over there? It may be. Where are you at? You're going through the tunnel. Now, how long have your workers been? Well, there might just be a timing thing. We'll come back and check in a few seconds. In other words, it might have just taken them that long to get there. I didn't expect them to be overly quick about it. All right, food factory guy's doing fine. Has work. Electrical town construction 2 doesn't have work, but yeah, we're still working on a food factory. Yeah, Hegiodal. No, okay. Yeah, South Railroad. Let's jump over to him. And this guy definitely needs to get assigned. You know, this one's going to need. See, that's another thing that's you know, I don't want to call it annoying, but it's like the time that their projects takes, like that's not going to take that long. They'll get them done quickly, and if you don't remember to come back and check. So Hegiodal is the ones that have. Now they're more set up to do kind of anything. It's Electrical Town 2 that is our bridge builders. And yes, they are done their bridge. So let's assign them another bridge. Right? And then while these guys are doing nothing, now that we have, I probably could have done this before. You know what? Even if you have problems, why don't you go work on that silo there? And then how are you doing it? We could tell this guy's still building. Yeah, so I think everybody's now working again. Very good. All right, so now. Yeah. All right, let's just check on. Just want to look at the progress of our. Oh, look, a little tiny bit. Good. So we're almost done. Yeah, we're almost done that track right there. And then how about our 98% done? I don't see any tracks being built. Oh, look, we got another. Well, no, it's not done. I'm sorry. I got excited there. Ignore me. I'll go away. Now, did we get over here to actually work on this? Yes. Okay, it's just taking you forever in a day, and then it's taking you 10 minutes with the people. You just have, they just have to run all those supplies over. How are we doing on the fuel? No fuel. Is it because this is filled? No. Why do you have no fuel now? What? I mean, you always had fuel coming in here before. Now you're just not even exporting fuel. So is having the two... that's really strange. Now, are you full? No, you're not full. And are you full? You're not full. So now you've just decided to stop making fuel. Why is that? Is it because of like some no power? Now you've got power here. And I shouldn't have affected the power unless there's something goofy going on, right? Like this guy has power. But we're not getting fuel into here anymore. Are we getting bitumen into here? Yeah, bitumen's going into there. I don't want to uncheck this because I don't want bitumen to go in there. And could it be that this... Yeah, that's... Oh, you know what? Well, one of the things is that we don't have this, but maybe Daredevil is right and I am wrong. I mean, I don't understand why all of a sudden it would have stopped flowing fuel, because I mean, all I did was plop this down in the area. I don't think I did anything else drastic. Yeah, we need... And it looks like something that's kind of just happened. I'm going to pause it for a minute. Is it because of this? Like, is that somehow... I can't imagine why that's interfering with that. All right, well, you know what? Let's just go and finish our designing, and then we can come back. We'll just stay paused for a minute, and we'll see how this goes. So when it comes to this, and you can see I kind of put an area out here just because it was easy, not because I actually was thinking that far ahead. But what I'm thinking of is, you know, we come into here. Now, do we put... So we probably need another... No, you know what? This doesn't necessarily need another bridge, does it? Not to get in and out of here. Like, because there's never... I don't anticipate... Well, no, you know, you could be coming from here with lumber or wood if we do the 4 storages, right? So we would have a train that would need to come in, but I don't... that guy could just come in the regular way. So the question is, how do we do a overpass? Do we do it like we did here, where we bring it over? And it would be a lot of overpass for like that lumber train, right? Like you just picture a lot better ways to spend so much steel and money. So let's come over. Let's do this for one thing. Let's send this guy out straight a little bit. Straight-ish. Oh. And then. All right, so that's that attached. And then while these guys should be able to go through here, I don't want them to be the main track, right? So hopefully, and I'm sure the game won't do it that well. Our fuel depot's a bit in the way with our road there, huh? Let me come out to where that road is now. Yeah, that fuel depot. Well, again, part of the reason we're building electrical tracks is we won't need that fuel depot one day. Can I bring that guy? Now, here's another thing to think about. Right now we have this big intersection, and we have it in part because we have these trains on it, right? In other words, we need the big intersection so that they can go every which way from this one, but if we don't interfere with the corn trains, who are at this point exporting some stuff, yeah, we don't really need to have that be this big an intersection necessarily. Like, I don't know that we ever need trains to be able to come over this way in the long run. Because they'll be on this electrified track. Like, and I don't know that, in other words, like, I think we can simplify this in the long run. So let's do this. Let's go and, from about this point, let's go up 3. Yeah, and then do a copy of your neighbor, please. Let's see, can we get over all of this? Would be a bit of a miracle. No. Do we want to get rid of that road? No, not really. I mean, just even real temporarily get rid of the road because we are using it. I think this is going to be like a future project. Like not real future, but the real part of the goal was not to do all of this. I think we're just going to leave that right there and then know what that represents, right? I don't know that, we won't ever build that. Because the other thing about what I just said was, and the reason that's important to me that we wouldn't have trains coming this way on this track is that I would picture doing this other one. If we ever had another middle track, we would leave a little room and we'd be able to put 2 overpasses if they were ever coming from this way, which would be really weird, right? Because if they're coming from this way, they can just get on this track and then maybe we can get them so where he can hop off and go drop off his wood, right? And then that might even make this better because this will be one less bit of spaghetti going there. Like, we could just have this train be able to come in and out on its own spur to go into here, right? All right, good. But we do want this to be able to go straight ahead. Now, I think I want to leave all this room for future train, switching and all that stuff. So what I'm thinking of is can we fit our 4 storages? We'll just do the small ones, right? So if we did, kind of like we did down by, yeah, we would want to smooth out some more of this way. We could probably, let's get it lined up with the grid. Can't really even see if it's lined up with the grid that well. I think it's, let's go, yeah, it might be better. I don't want to be too close to that, but I'm picturing the road. All right, and if we did another one, well, let's get the railroad thing in first. That's roads. Nope, I need a free excavator. All right, well, you know what? Let me pause for a minute, and I think you get the idea. So we're going to put the cargo thing, and I'll just level out enough of this, and then that'll also give me enough time to go over there and think about this conundrum. Well, wherever the heck it is. You know, why are we not getting oil in there? Yeah, I can work on that and figure it out and then come back. And that way I don't leave you like with this whodunit kind of thing like I did in the last episode. All right, I'll be right back. Plus, we're getting to 46 minutes, so I don't want this to drag up over an hour. So brief pause, and I'll be right back. Well, I have a little bit of a change of plan. With the amount of time we've already spent in the video and the amount of time it will take to finish off our distribution area over there, I think I'm going to make it a two-part episode in finishing that, but I want to fix this problem. Now, what I did was I went over and saved the, where we're at here now, and tried to figure out what was going wrong. Now, we definitely still need this substation in order to be able to reach up here. Like, that is definitely the fix to get this flowing bitumen. But at the same time, we end up with another problem that I discovered after playing it forward a bit, and that fuel stops going into this tank, obviously. So what I figured out is that Daredevil had made a comment saying that you need to have 2 pumps, and I don't think that's true when you only have 2 tanks, but when you try to do this 4-tank setup, it is. So what I did was I tested that out, and then I reverted back to my save as to where we were, right? So I know that this is the right answer. But unfortunately, that means we have to destroy all these pipes again. So what I would like to do is come in here to our pipe destroying tool and destroy each of these pipes. And then this shouldn't be too bad. I kind of worked out what will work out reasonably well. So if we were to put a pumping station, like say, spin it around this way. You know what? When I did my thing, I did it. Yeah, let's get rid of this power line. Well, you know what? I don't want to get rid of the power line, do I? Yeah, I need to. Let's go to the power line deleting tool. All right, so there we go. So that's out of our way temporarily, but we do want to leave enough room. Hopefully we can get the power lines back in there. So if we come here and get a pumping station, now we need to leave enough room that we can get a road in, right? We don't have any. Yeah, I guess I can get a road off of here, because I do want to do this, It's my lack of knowledge as much as I might want to sit there and blame it on the game. Well, could I get... Yeah, you know what? Well, no, we're going to need... There's no way I'm going to get a road in there if we have to build the pipe over to here, right? Now, maybe I could build the pipe... No, there's no way. So I think I'm going to build... Yeah, you know what? We can level... Oh, I need a free excavator, of course. Why wouldn't I need a free excavator? But I think I might... Do we have a... No, we need a free bulldozer. So I moved my construction guys down here because I'm going to do this the painful way in the sense of, full construction. So I don't know if that's going to mess us up. In the meantime, we do now have a fuel emergency. So I guess what we could do just to get past this is start buying fuel here, right? Yeah, let's do that. Even though we now don't have power either, but I'll just put the power lines back up. All right, so I need to get an excavator over here, and I think what I'm going to do, let's just, yeah, I think this is this the biggest, fastest? Where's, oh, we can't even, yeah, see, I'm worried about, I think we're going to run out of vehicles. I don't know, you know, like, is this the only bus we're going to be able to buy shortly? Like, well, you know, if we, whatever. But we don't have an excavator that we can buy from the Russians anymore, or from the Soviet. All right, well, let's just build this so we can at least get this going, because this is a bit of an emergency here, right? All right, so where's our pump? All right, so let's, yeah, I want to try to get this as far, well, we don't want to go too far. Maybe I didn't need to do that anyway. Yeah, let's see. Now, I need to be able to get the road. And I think I'm better off... Oh, look, I'm amazed that that will go out that way. Yeah, so let's see. Can we get it? No, you don't like that, but I know I can do something to get you to connect. There you go. Now, we'll leave that up in case it ever catches on fire, but we can get rid of this little bit here. And I don't know if you see what I mean. The time's ticking away by the time we work all this out. When I did my little fix, I just built everything with rubles. So now what we need to do, let's go back to our pipes. And we're going to need to get a pipe. Yeah, can we... Oops. Can we even get that out now? Yes. Right? Not overly pretty. And then this one could come this way. And then I want to put another pumping station right here. But I need to put it far enough back that we can cross over with the other one, right? Meaning this will be for bitumen, but I need to get it far enough that way. So let's see, can we take this road? Will you just turn there? No, of course not, but we can do the old trickarooski of corners. So when people say roads don't connect, I understand that it's goofy the way they do it, like that just happened, but they connect. There's never been a road I haven't been able to connect one way or the other. All right. Well, I mean, if you get into real tight quarters, then maybe not. But all right. So this one I want to have just come straight across here, right? And then this is going to be for bitumen. So you can just head right up the hill. Hill causing obstruction. But then if we just do this and this, it'll connect. And then... I guess we're better off. Let's come and see. That's a little strange way it does that. And then this guy needs to go up so he can get over this guy. And then I think I might as well leave him like up in the air a bit, and then kind of come back this way. Like if we take this guy till the hill obstructs. Yep, there you go. So now in other words, this guy should pump bitumen over to here and to this tank. Let's make sure we have it right. And then this guy should pump fuel over to here and over to here. Now our biggest, and then because, you know, because we're moving this over, we'll have power, which we would have had power anyway. So now we have a lot of construction going on here, but at least we'll buy fuel in the meantime, and that'll at least alleviate that issue there. So let's commit to all of these. And then, even though we don't have any vehicles in here right now, I would like to start assigning assigning as many constructions as we can. I had canceled this one. Let's do that one again. And while I have the road, we need to get the power back, right? And I'm thinking what we should do, again, I don't mind it, you know, you punish yourself for the mistakes that you make, right? And, you know, since we don't have power down here, we're just going to bite the bullet, and we need to see if we can get power down to that. Will you be able to go through there? Oh, I saw green. I saw a flash of green. Give me my green back. Oh, there it was. No. Okay, cancel that. We can do this. What if I go to there? Yeah. Like that, and then will this guy, yeah. Did that take, or did this game save mess me up? All right, I think we're going to be able to build that from there. So let's just commit to it. And so the substation is selected. Yep, power lines are selected. You know, we're just going to overload this guy. I guess they'll do them in the order that we select it. So I guess if I had any preference, I would want him to get fuel out of there first, right? Yeah, so that's enough. That's enough. So we'll have to come back to that, but I'm almost certain, you know, again, because I did the little game save kind of cheat, make sure it worked. I'm almost certain that this is going to fix our problem. Now, like I said, I think that's, you know, the episode's long enough, and, you know, I did also sort of, you know, think about this a little bit before I went over there to fix that, and I think we want to change this up, and there's just no way, I don't want to rush it, and we can come back to doing this. I like the way this is looking so far. Let me know. This will give you guys an extra day to make a comment or two and have me catch it. So anyway, let me know what you think, and we will get some fuel problems straightened out, and we will come back in the next episode and keep working on this as part 2. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and hopefully we can get a bit more done tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.